Hey, it's Rich. Welcome back. I just finished week 108 on taking weight loss drugs. I took this week's shot just a few minutes ago. So far, so awesome. Everything's going pretty well right now. And I think part of it is just the summer. It's nice to be in some warm weather where you can get outside, walk around, eat some fresh vegetables. I think that's had a big impact on me and how I feel and how I'm doing. I don't know that it's had a huge impact just because I'm eating the vegetables, that they make me feel that much better. But I feel better eating them. I feel better about myself eating the vegetables. So I think that's part of it too. So part of it's mental, not just physical. So yeah, I'm doing well. I go to the farmers market every day or every Saturday, and I say hi to the same people. It's just a lot of fun, and I'm only there a few minutes, but I walk around and they're just about to start to get corn. I saw one vendor has corn already. I don't quite know how they have it. It must be just the very beginnings of the field, but I would guess in the next week, maybe 2 weeks, but maybe even next week, we'll start seeing a lot of corn in this state and in the upper Midwest. Uh, we get a lot of corn, and if you've never had fresh corn, you're missing out. And you can go to the grocery store and hopefully they will source it from people that farm very nearby. But if you can get corn that's less than a day old, maybe a day old, it just tastes so much better. It's unbelievable. And that's even before you put the salt and the butter on it, right? Because I think salt and butter, you can, that along with some brown sugar cardboard tastes good, but the fresh corn tastes fantastic. Today I want to talk about just kind of recap where I'm at. I haven't done that in a while. I kind of mention it once in a while, but I figured I'd do a little bit of a deeper dive just because this channel is supposed to be about how I'm feeling on taking these weight loss drugs. And I've talked about so many other things now, I don't really talk about that as much as I probably should. As you know, I started on Wegovy. I was on that for a long time, lost a lot of weight in the beginning, and then I stalled, so I just slowly went up to the maximum dose and still was stalled out, was very dissatisfied with how things are going. I thought I was being good about my diet and I just wasn't losing any weight, so we switched from that semaglutide to a tirzepatide, or Mounjaro is the drug that I take, and you may have heard of it as Zepbound or Mounjaro. I take Mounjaro. I'm at the 7.5 dosage. Immediately I noticed a change, and again, I don't know if it's psychological or if it's actually physical, but I noticed a change, and I have lost a significant amount of weight on that. So taking Wegovy, which Ozempic is the other drug you may be familiar with, I had lost like 75 pounds, something like that, and now, so I think 77 pounds is what I lost. And now since Thanksgiving, which is about 8 months ago now, I've lost another 60 pounds on Mounjaro or Zepbound that you might be familiar with. And last time I met with the doctor, we talked about should I go up in dosage, and we both agreed that as long as I was losing weight, as long as I wasn't struggling too greatly, that we would stay at the current dose of 7.5. Apparently I can go up to 15, so there's several steps along the way that I can still do. So yeah, things are going well, and I'm feeling good. I've noticed that, and you've probably heard it from me. I think I even briefly mentioned it. It's very frustrating to lose weight at a slow pace. It just doesn't feel good. I know it's not healthy to lose a lot of weight in a hurry. And I know it's just awful. It's bad for your health. You're going to gain it all back. All the things that we all know are true. But when you lose weight at 1 to 2 pounds a week, it takes a long time to get to that next 10-pound block that you get into. I weigh between this, 140 and 150, and now I'm at, I'm at 140, and then the next week it's 141, and the next week it's that type of thing for weight loss. I was using weight loss in that measurement. And it just takes a long time to get to that next 10 pounds that I'm trying to get to. So at some point it feels like it's too slow, but I asked Claude. I have Claude, one of the AI tools. I said, what should I say? I'm talking about losing weight, and I in this week I told what I lost, and I felt like I wasn't going fast enough. And Claude says, actually, you're right on the right pace for what you're supposed to be losing. You're supposed to be losing 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's very solid. What are you talking about? If he could have slapped me upside the back of my head, I think Claude would have done that. So, I think it's a journey, and some weeks I come and I talk about how I gained weight. Some weeks I come and I talk about how I lost weight. But Claude is reaffirming that 1 to 2 pounds a week is really where I should be, and that's what I know intellectually. That's where I should be. But sometimes you just want to lose 5 pounds and make some massive gains. Now, just remember, I moved from a semaglutide, that's what Wegovy was, to a tirzepatide. The difference is there's 2 agonists in it instead of 1. One is the GLP-1, the thing that we all are familiar with. You see GLP-1 everywhere. The tirzepatide is combining GIP, which is another agonist that talks about different things, and it causes different things to happen in your body. But the net effect is all the same, right? It controls your blood sugar. It controls your appetite to help you with weight loss, and then it actually has an effect of weight loss. So it slows down your system of digestion, so that you actually will feel fuller and you'll eat less. And when you're on these drugs, you should expect to lose anywhere from 15 to 20% of your body mass from when you start. I've lost a lot more than that, right? I've lost more than that taking Wegovy, then I lost more than that taking while I've been on Mounjaro, and I'm not slowing down. I'm going to try to get to what I think is a reasonable weight, but I'm actually getting to the point now where I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about myself, feeling pretty good about walking in front of a mirror, when you go to the restroom at the office, and they've got these huge mirrors. I've got these little tiny mirrors at home. You got the huge mirrors, and I don't feel I don't feel bad when I see myself walk in front of the mirror, right? And I think that's something that's pretty common that people have felt in the past, is if you walk in front of a glass door or in front of a mirror, you don't look at yourself, right? Because you're thinking, oh, I've got to do something about that. Well, I'm doing something about that. I thought I'd remind everybody, I haven't had very many side effects at all on these drugs, and I think I've been extremely lucky. I think one of the major side effects is just indigestion, the diarrhea, the constipation, all that stuff. And you'd say, oh, diarrhea, constipation, what are you talking about? How can that be? They're diametrically opposed. Well, it's just that GI upset that just gets your body not working properly, and so you end up with all these terrible symptoms. I've had constipation one time at one period, and I was taking Miralax, or the Costco equivalent to that, for a little while, but I generally don't take it. I generally am fine. I did notice that for a little while I was having some problems, but which also caused me to feel a little, have some indigestion. So it was kind of packing up the whole system, I think. But no, generally I don't have that. So I think I'm doing pretty well that way. I do watch for the other thing they tell you to watch for, which is your thyroid, so your neck. Are you feeling any swelling in your neck? Are you feeling any nodules, anything like that? I haven't, but I do know that that's one of the things that they watch for, and so I watch out for that too, to see that I'm not going to have any problems. But other than that, yeah, it's going pretty well, and I think one of the biggest things that I do that maybe impacts a lot is I drink a lot of water. I drink a ton of water. And I know a lot of people say, oh, they drink a lot of water. Oh, no. I drink a lot of water. You drink like a teaspoon of water compared to me. So if you're not drinking a lot of water, drink more. And if you're drinking a lot of water, drink more. You don't, at some point you can overdose on water, like you can overdose on anything, no matter how healthy it is. But I bet you're nowhere close. I suspect you're nowhere close. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just telling you what I think, and I think a lot of people are dehydrated and they need to drink more. And especially when you're losing weight, you don't want to drink any water because then it ends up on the scale. Well, that's too bad, right? And maybe this week you won't lose as much, but then as your body gets accustomed to the more fluids, then you start losing weight again, and now you're hydrated and you're losing weight. So that's what I would advise if I gave one piece of advice this week, which is drink more water. Anyhow, you didn't hear me come yell at you about how you're not drinking enough water. Well, maybe you did, but I thought I would just tell you about the time that I brought my dog to the lake. We have a ton of lakes around here and lots of walking paths, so you just walk around the lake, and you can, if your dog's on a leash, you can bring your dog. If your dog's not on a leash, you better have a leash and put him on quick if the police show up, because they might want to write you a ticket, but they'll probably give you a warning the first time. As long as your dog's a good dog, and my dog was 100% good dog. But the one problem I had is that when my dog was there, my dog wanted to play with the ducks, right? And he'd chase the ducks into the water. Not that he's chasing to eat them, that the ducks would run away. Finally, the ducks got tired of it, and they just sat there, and they let the dog come up, and he would sniff them, and pretty soon they started biting them. And I thought, this is strange, but then I figured it out. My dog was 100% purebred. That much wind up for ducks like purebred. No, I don't care. I had to lay the foundation for the joke, or you wouldn't have gotten it. Oh no, okay. What do you call a airline that caters to bald men? What do you call an airline that caters to bald men? Receding Airlines. No, that's even worse than the long duck joke. Oh, all right. Well, how did I do this week? So this week I lost a pound. That's why I asked Claude, well, what about this losing a pound crap? And I want to lose more weight. And Claude said, no, you're crazy. 1 to 2 pounds a week is exactly where you want to be. That's solid weight loss. What are you talking about? So yeah, I lost a pound. That brings me to a total of 60 pounds down on Mounjaro, total of 147 pounds overall. I'll see you next week.